Hi, this is Georgia with Enough Faith for today. Um, this is going to be a little longer video. I'm trying to practice giving my testimony in order to help others. This is very hard for me, but I think the more I do it, the easier it will become, just like everything else. And I just want to start this out with saying I survived all of it. And not only did I survive all this testimony I'm about ready to tell you, but I came out of it with peace and joy and a love in my heart that surpasses all understanding. Like, my current situation is God has got my back and things will work out. In the meantime, I'm going to be at peace. And nobody is going to take my peace. Ever. I have survived all of it. And at this point, I am unstoppable. And I will not shut up. Because everything that I'm about to tell you has impacted my heart in a way that I do not want children to ever again have to go through the struggles that I had to endure. And it's not just me, there are other people who have a testimony similar to mine that they had to endure. And I know they can relate to where I'm coming from. But our children deserve a brighter future. As adults, it is our responsibility to provide a stepping stone. And now I'm going to get into this hard part here. And I hope and I pray that God just allows you to feel this with your heart so that you can help me, so that you can help God build a brighter future for our children. Because in the end, I'm going to tell you about a movement I'm starting to bring God back to the center of our nation so that he can heal it. All right. It's going to be long. So if you got, a short attention span, see ya. All right. I want you to picture something that is uncomfortable, but it is something that needs to be recognized. Okay, a little blonde haired, blue eyed girl, like 4 years old. Okay. And one night, a man comes to her and he does what he should never do, that no child should ever have to go through. But in that moment, God came to that little girl and pulled her out of her body and held her in his loving arms until it was safe to go back into her body. Things did not miraculously get better. 5 years later, at 8 or 9, somewhere around there, that same little girl decided she didn't want to wake up anymore. So she took a bottle of pills. I'm not sure what happened. Just that I was in the hospital for 3 days or so. And when I finally woke up, there was a shrink sitting there waiting to talk to me. I remember his name was Dr. Smith. Easy to remember because my last name was Smith too. For some reason, just him having that same last name made me feel safe. He asked me some psychological questions about the road of life. Along the road, you pick up things and see that and see things, and each thing means something. But at the end of the road, there's always a wall. I see so clearly, like I can remember it like it was yesterday. Him asking me, "What do you do when you come to the wall?" I told him nothing. I just sat down and leaned back on the wall. At 8, 9 years old, I had no fight left in me. I had no joy. I had my innocence stolen. And it was wrong. And I did nothing to deserve it. No fight left in me. To make a long story short, my life didn't get better after that either. I had 3 more suicide attempts. I have, at 14 years old, one of my good friends hung themselves. I had another friend kill himself. I had 2 friends that were in this love triangle, and the one came in and he killed the one guy and then blew his brains out. And then my mom died when I was young, and I had 2 cousins kill themselves. I know a 7-year-old boy that hung himself. And the tragedy of the life that began at such a young age just continued into my adulthood. And it wasn't, I can tell you, when my mom died at 23, I decided to start living my life better, because I wasn't living right back then. And I decided to start living my life better. And I'm trying to keep this short. It's not going to be short, because I'm going to ramble and I'm going to go off course, and we're just going to let it flow. But at 23, I decided that I wanted to live a better life, so that when I got to heaven, I wouldn't be ashamed. Have you ever thought about, if you get to heaven and you see Jesus, are you going to have to look at him and say, "Hey, I know you told me to do that one thing, but I didn't do it"? Are you going to avoid him because of the way you lived your life? I knew at 23, when my mom died and reality hit me in the face like a Mack truck, that when I got to heaven and I had the opportunity to see Jesus and my mom, that I wanted them to be proud of me. So at 23, I decided to start analyzing my life and quit making the choices that were leading to such dysfunction, which in reality, a lot of my choices did not result in any of that. It was just the environment I was placed in. Now, so 23 years old, just going through life, still struggling to survive, but analyzing and taking steps as I went along to say, hey, I can improve this by making better choices. Life is giving you lessons. If you don't learn from the lessons, you repeat it until you learn. And that lesson is a blessing. And like I said, through all this, I survived. Okay. But my breaking point was whenever I checked myself into the hospital, because I wanted to end it again at 44 years old. And I did the very first step that you have to do when you suffer from really bad depression, anxiety, whatever you're dealing with. I admitted I needed help. And I can tell you right now, you can't get through harsh situations like this without God, without Jesus, without that support system. Okay? You need the spiritual help in order to heal your heart. Okay. Oh, that's the hardest part. I got through it. Whew. Thank you, Lord. But I was so stuck in a rut. I stayed in that dysfunctional rut for 44 years. Way too long. I stayed in that rut because I believed Satan's lies. And let me make something clear to you. That is the only tool he has. And even more crazy, he actually needs your permission. He needs your permission to believe those lies he's telling you. It's your choice. You've got to learn to cleanse your mind daily. Great way to do that. Right here. Read your word. Read your word. Number one impact out of everything in life. If you want real change and real impact in your life, read these words. Prayer, praise, they help too. Okay. You have got to learn to cleanse your mind daily. Renew your mind daily. Okay, it's in the Bible. When he tries, I don't know, let's see what it say. When he tries to lie to you, this really works for me. I will literally like picture a notebook and I will write down that lie in that notebook. And then I just rip the page out and I pretend like I'm throwing it in a trash can. And then it just goes right back down to hell, back to Satan. Like, return to sender. Not buying that bull crap. If it places fear in you, it's a lie. Okay? If it places joy or encouragement or hope or any good thing in you, then it's of God. The number one fear you'll get, the one confusion also. If you get confusion, that's probably from Satan. It's a lie. Do you believe in karma? You better believe in karma, honey, because it is real. And this is something that just like, boom, came to me. Karma is real. Now, it says in Romans 12:19, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. You can read it. Read it, because there's more to it. Vengeance is mine, saying the Lord, saith the Lord. And then also, Deuteronomy 32:35 is overcome evil with good. Read that. Read that. Okay, so we're giving the vengeance back over to God, and we're going to overcome evil with good. And then it says in Matthew 5:9, blessed are the peacemakers. They are promised to be the children of God. Are you a child of God? If you're not a peacemaker, then I'm sorry to break your heart, but the word is the word. If you are somebody that causes strife, division, hate, if you're the number one lead in the gossip circle, I'm just saying, blessed are the peacemakers. They are promised to be the children of God. It tells us in the Bible to pray for our enemies. Well, looking back at my life, I think it's pretty clear that Satan was literally trying to kill me. Like, you don't know. Like, I can tell you, but you still don't know. Satan literally, like, wished I was dead. That's what he wanted. He at least wanted to break my spirit, kill my spirit. God wouldn't let him. So he's my biggest enemy. So I'm going to pray for him. What? That lady just says she's praying for Satan. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It is crazy. It might sound crazy, but it says in the Bible to pray for your enemies. Do you know what happens when you pray for your enemies? You release a God-sent karma. The judgment goes into his hands. Okay? He weighs it. He will pass judgment. And in the meantime, he is dishing out some karma along the way. Because sometimes, if a person is lucky, they will get hit with enough karma that they realize they need to change their ways. That's when karma, like, really, works out for the best. But sometimes people just don't learn. And they keep repeating a karmic cycle. Okay. So, yeah, I pray for Satan. I can tell you right now, the devil's really regretting not getting the job done with me. And I want to, like, as I make these videos, I want to share how I survived, how I am still standing here today with fire in my heart, with confidence, with courage, knowing the fact that God has got my back because he has a purpose for my life. He has a purpose for your life. We all have some type of purpose, some type of service we are to give to the world, to glorify God, to further the love of his kingdom. Okay. We need to let God transform and mold us into the unique creation that he designed us to be. Do you know? Can you think of something? Has God been tugging on your heartstrings about something? Can you think of something? If you can, write it down. Okay, now this is something else I want you to write down. Yeah, you don't got to. I'm just practicing here. What kind of future do you want your children to have? What kind of future do you want your grandchildren to have? Oppression leads to depression. And right now in the United States of America, the oppression just keeps building gradually over time. Because I am just plain Jane, 9 to 5, struggling to survive lady, like so many other Americans. Okay, now I'm going to tell you my superpower. The reason I'm still here, the reason I'm still fighting.